Hey everyone, this is Humphrey back with our last day, our finished. Hey everyone, this is Humphrey back with another review of Intensive Thai class number 5 at Chula. We just finished our final. I am done with this evil class. And yeah, we got a lot to cover today. Also, you can probably see it's very empty today because officially the campus is closed. But for our class, this is our last day. And instantly before I started, well actually I started filming and then I had to get up and run away because this monitor lizard Gila monster, I know there are two different types. A monitor lizard is different than a Gila monster, but I can't tell the difference. It's just a big ass lizard. It was walking 10 feet away from me and I had to get up and run and we chased it. Got a monitor lizard just walking around campus. So that was a bit of fun. Didn't expect to see one of those walking around the campus, but I guess it makes sense because there's no people today, so it feels brave to walk around. So today we will cover the final that I just took. We will also talk a little bit about the quiz, and I will answer one reader question first. The reader question was about the student visas. How do they do the student visas here? And they said that they know that I don't need a student visa, which is true. I'm here on the Thai Elite visa. So how does it work here? So Chula does give a certificate, not a certificate, but a letter of admission to students. And so they don't help as much. Well, actually, they don't really help too much at all with the student visa situation. And actually, let me step back here for a little bit. For those of you who don't know, if you want to stay in Thailand long term, and long term meaning more than 30 days for most people, you have an option of getting an education visa, an ED visa. ED does not stand for erectile dysfunction, stands for education visa. And for the education visa, there are two main subjects that people can take. First is learning Thai. That's kind of obvious, right? You're in Thailand, you want to learn Thai. The second option is to learn Muay Thai and to learn Thai kickboxing, which is kind of a fun, interesting option. The two sub-options are you can go get the education visa at a private school like Duke, or you have the option to get it at a regular 4-year university like what you see here, like at Chula or Bangkok University. I don't know if they offer this program. I think they do. So you could either go private or a real, quote unquote, real 4-year university. What are the differences between the two? The differences are, with the private schools, you have to visit immigration every 90 days to get it renewed, to extend the stamp, to extend your stay every 90 days. And this was quite evident at Duke because at Duke it was quite common in probably every class, in every one of my classes, at any one time during the 1-month class, students would be constantly missing class to go to immigration. And it kind of makes sense. Think about it. If you have to visit immigration every 90 days, and a class at Duke lasts 1 month, lasts 30 days, then chances are, for most students, 1/3 of that class is going to miss at least 1 day for immigration. It's just the way the numbers work. So yeah, a lot of people would miss class at Duke to go to immigration. It's just 1 day, not a big deal. Now at Chula, it works a little bit differently. It works a lot differently. First, admin here doesn't really help you with the forms or anything like that. At Duke, the admin helps with all the forms. They give you all the dates. They really make it easy. Admin at Duke, really awesome. Admin at Chula does not help you at all. They explicitly state that. When you sign up, when you pay, you get a letter. You get a letter of admission, you take that to immigration, you do all the paperwork yourself. You could still hire an agent to fill it out for you. That letter is from Chula. Everyone in Thailand, all immigration people know this university. It is their top university. Well, the students in Thammasat might disagree with that. But you know, it's one of the top universities, if not the most, it's the most well-known. How about that? It's the most famous university in Thailand. Everyone knows this place. So when you take that letter to immigration, immigration is not going to give you any hassle about whether this is a legit school or not. Now, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure, I'm like 80% sure on this, is that since you're taking the class here at Chula, your stamps last 1 year. You don't need to hit immigration every 90 days. Why I lean towards that thinking, once again, I haven't confirmed this, but the reason why I lean towards that thinking is during the 6 weeks here, I think we only had one student out for a day for immigration purposes. So that leads me to believe that it can't be every 90 days here because we'd have a lot more people missing class. I'm actually very impressed at how few missed classes the students had. Now, towards the end, I will tell you towards the end, in the last week, we had people just disappear. Like, I think we had 1 or 2 people just, they're like, nope, I'm done. Like, they just disappeared. Like, the last 2 days, I'm not dealing with this, I'm out. Most of the other students in the class, a lot of them were Japanese, so they were working in the management in the factories, or they own import-export business. A lot of the Chinese have import-export. A lot of these other students speak multiple languages. So the common one seems to be Japanese. So there's a couple people from Taiwan that also spoke Japanese at an N1 or N2 level. Like, they told me they spent time in Japan and they passed N1 and 2. It's like, God dang, that's impressive. Yeah, so a lot of them don't need student visas. They're just taking it in addition to their work duties. And 3-hour final, I finished right on the dot. So when you're handed the final, if I sound a little bit out of breath, I'm completely drained because last night I studied for, I don't know, 7 hours maybe, 8 hours. Yesterday was our review day. And for our review, we got a mock final, practice final. It's kind of funny because they give us this mock final and the damn thing is really thick. And the teacher said, okay, this is a mock final. Your final is going to be kind of like this, but not, it's going to be like this, but it's not exactly like this. I talked with a friend who did Chula classes in the past. He did it last year. And he said, he also took Intensive Thai 5. He said, Humphrey, study that mock final. Like, really, really study that mock final. And I'm like, why? It's like, I can't really tell you why, but like, don't study anything else. Just study that mock final that you were given. We took the mock final during class and we were also able to take it home. I'm like, okay. So I spent freaking 8 hours studying that damn thing. All the questions that I got wrong, I looked up, etc., etc. So when we took the final today and I start looking through some of the questions, a couple of students and I start laughing because we're like, I don't know if it was 100% exact, but it was like 95% exact, down to the wording. Yeah, so I think they threw us a bone there. Also, as part of the mock final, we were given a writing assignment. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but write about something about Thailand. And okay, cool, right? It was the same writing assignment in this. The writing part of the final today was the same as our mock final that we had yesterday. So that's a tip for you guys, is whatever mock final you get the day before, that's your study guide, study it. Unfortunately, I didn't even get to the writing portion of the final. I took the 0 on that one because the final that we got was the multiple choice part that we got today. I mean, it's like 12 pages, 13, I don't know, 3 hour final. Also, the format was a little different than the quizzes. I actually like the format of the final. Love it. Much more manageable. But yeah, I went up right to 4 p.m. A lot of multiple choice, a lot of fill in the blank, a lot of pick the wrong. So you're given 1 or 2 sentences, and there's 4 choices, pick the wrong thing. So there wasn't any, I'm pretty sure there wasn't any spelling, check the wrong spelling type of questions, but it was a lot of grammar is used wrong in this one, word swapping, just using the wrong word. On the multiple choice, it was easy because I had totally, in the last 2 weeks, I have really cranked up the studying on the vocabulary. And so the multiple choice was, finding the right word. And when you study the vocabulary, that was like, that section was like, kaboom, I got this, not a problem. The reading portion, not too much of a problem. So I think I did fairly okay, maybe a C, hopefully a C. So probably a C on the multiple choice, but if I take a 0 on the writing portion, that's, yeah, who knows. But mathematically, I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fail on this class, but we'll see. Maybe they take pity on me. In the last 2 weeks, I've really cranked up on the vocabulary, and that's made a world of difference on taking the quiz. I wish I had done that from the first quiz, but hey, you go into the first quiz not knowing what it's like at Chula, especially if you're coming from a different school. So my tip for you guys coming into intensive class 5 or 4 or whatever is, from the first day, don't wait to die on the quiz number 1, because then you have to fight your way back, right? From day 1 when you start, spend a lot of time on the vocabulary and start learning your vocabulary 3 days before the vocabulary, before the lesson. So for example, if lesson 2 is on crime, police and crime, and lesson 2 is starting on Friday, next Friday, let's say, you should start learning the vocabulary for police and crime, not on Friday, not on Thursday, not on Wednesday. You should start learning the vocabulary for Friday's class on Tuesday. I will say that again. Learn the vocabulary for the lesson 3 days before that lesson. Because if you don't, there's no way you could keep up with this class unless you're Superman, unless you have like photographic memory or whatever. But that's what I did in these last 1.5 to 2 weeks is I started learning the vocab 2 to 3 days before the lesson, and it helped. It helped for this last quiz, and it helped for this final. Also, because you have a final, you have to remember all your vocab throughout all the weeks. So when you take your quiz you take your first quiz in the first week. Yeah, in the first week you take your quiz, and pretty much almost every week and a half you take your quiz. When you finish the quiz, you don't forget that vocab, because that vocab is going to hit you on your final. So basically, it's vocab hell for this entire class, right? You cannot rest on the vocab. You have to continuously learn new vocab, and you have to continuously review old vocab and use Anki. Like Anki, if it wasn't for Anki, I'd be dead, right? Because Anki can, depending on how you answer Anki, it will tell you to review certain words. It will put the words that you crater on earlier more often, and just use Anki or Quizlet or whatever is your favorite program for learning flashcards. There is a lot of test-taking strategy to Chula. This is very much like SAT, like where can you get your points, which questions are hard, do I waste my time here? Because if I waste my time here answering one question, I could get 5 quick points here versus drowning in the pit here. There's a lot of that. I think I'm going to make a completely separate video on that. I will also make a completely separate video about Chula asks questions in a really wonky way sometimes. And this was talked about in one of the Facebook forums. Someone was upset about how Chula asks questions. It's very much like an SAT or logic or IQ type asking of question, but I'll save that for later. Stay tuned for that. I will also be making a video about if you've paid money to come to Chula, and let's say, you know, in 1 or 2 months, or you're planning to go here, you know, what are like the top 5 or 10 things you need to do now to prepare for Chula, so you don't end up like me. Because trust me, I think I've probably done every mistake possible, and basically the way to pass would be not to do the same mistakes as I have. The teachers are in the pain as much as the students, because the teachers have to spend time and effort grading all of the assignments and all of the quizzes and all the finals. This final is like, it's a freaking, today is April 12th. Tomorrow is Songkran. The festivities start tomorrow. All the water fighting starts tomorrow. So the teacher doesn't want to spend Songkran grading these papers. A lot of the multiple choice, it's an easy grade, like you know, easy to, so I think that's why they changed the format for the final. Is yes, it's fair. I wouldn't say it's easier, but it's more fair to us, the students, but it also helps out the teacher because it lets them grade faster. I'm gonna cut this one short because I'm gonna have a drink, but there's going to be a kind of like a summary video. Was it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it pricey? Is it expensive? Would I do it again? If I fail this class, which I probably will, but if I fail this class, I will retake class 5. I don't really want to take class 5. I really don't want to retake this class again. But if that's what it takes, if that's what the score says, then yeah, I'll retake it. But yeah, we'll do that, and we'll do class 6. We'll get the certificate. I really want to finish this up to class 9. My God, that's gonna suck. Because originally I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get class 6. I'll get the certificate for class 6, and then we'll call it a day because that's good enough. But I told one of my former coworkers I was coming to Chula, and he was like, dude, that is the toughest. That's like, yeah, when the Thais look at that and they hear you've gone through intensive Thai at Chula, they're like, holy crap, like especially the people that really respect this course are the ones who've been through this course. So other students know how tough this course is. And yeah, you have my respect if you've gone through this course. But yeah, he was like, you might as well like just do all 9 classes, and you will have that under your belt, and no one can take that away from you. And also, there's another thing. They told me the story of there's a statue like 2 minutes away walk on campus. It's in front of one of these buildings. It's a Naga statue. The legend goes, the story goes, you are not allowed to take a picture in front of this statue until you graduate Chula. Okay, I'm getting that picture. So however long it takes, I'm getting that picture. So we'll consider class 9 as graduation. I know it's not really, but we'll consider finishing class 9 as getting that picture. So if you have any questions or comments, put them in the comment section below. Give me a couple days to make the next video. I'm done. Bye.